just your overall thoughts, because there was obviously some good, but then it all changed.
It was good for probably 46, 47 minutes. We're on the verge of killing off a penalty. I think the 2 penalties gave them some energy, gave them some zone time. Our best players are sitting on the bench. It's probably what got them going, and then we didn't make enough plays under duress. They're pinching both walls, coming down on you. We turned a couple pucks over. We had opportunities to get them out, we didn't, and they end up in the back of our net.
What's the lesson for a young team here when you're playing a team like that that's obviously, a playoff team?
Well, when I called timeout, I talked about we have to continue to play. You have to make plays under pressure. You're going to face this any time that a team is down. They gambled. We had some opportunities off those gambles, but some of the battles down low, we didn't win enough of them. We turned the puck over in a couple cases, and that cost us. You could feel the game turning. You could see that, when they got it inside, we didn't win the battles, and they got the opportunities.
Hammond's effort, he's making his first start. Just overall impressions.
I'll have to evaluate. There's probably a couple he'd like back, but he's had a long time in between games. So, I thought it was pretty quiet. There wasn't a lot there in the first 2 periods. A couple of those scrambles, I thought he made a real good east-west save on a play. You would hope that, down the stretch there when it's 6-on-5 that, you're going to have to get a save probably from the outside. And, I think when he looks at it, he'd probably want to have one of those back.
You talked before the game about intestinal fortitude, wanting to see that from your team. It almost feels like this was a tale of 2 games in one. What did you see in that regard from your team today, given the loss in Boston?
Well, again, I thought the answer was the answer we wanted. We came out good. We got on top. We scored the first couple early goals. We continued to play. Without looking at everything, but I just felt that those 2 penalties, I don't even really like the call on Janssen, but you look at those 2 penalties and it gave them some momentum. It gave them some zone time. They didn't score on them, but they scored right after. Plus the fact that, again, we've got, our better players are sitting on the bench while we're killing for the first 7-8 minutes of the period.
What needs to come out of a loss like this?
Well, we're a young team, and you've got to learn to handle the pressure inside the game. And that's winning puck battles inside the blue line, winning puck battles down the corner. We didn't win enough puck battles as a group. We win some of those puck battles, we get it out, we're able to play. But we didn't win enough. They got possession, got it to the point, got a few shots. We didn't get to the puck soon enough. And more opportunities. So this lesson is harder than the Boston game. This is painful. Part of why I called the timeout and said, listen, we got to play. We got to play in the offensive zone. The best way to play defense a lot of times is just have the puck. Because we know they're a good team. We know they're a top scoring team. We know they're going to get opportunities. And for, like I said, 45, 46 minutes, we were doing a real good job of limiting opportunities, shots. He probably had 20 shots after that amount of time.
Talking to Damon, who often wears his heart on his sleeve when he's talking to us, said probably one of the hard things about this loss in particular is that we should be talking about the great performance from Cher and a win after a huge performance like that. What did you see from Cher that allowed him to score his first hat trick? And you must be happy for a kid like that.
Yeah, really. After getting off to a tough start, his last 30, 40 games have really been something that we expected. And, it's fun to score a hat trick. I don't think he'll look at it that way, after the way we end up losing the hockey game. So, A lot of good in the way he played. A lot of good in the way he's finishing. Great shorthanded goal. And he was in on a couple of other opportunities after that.
You mentioned that you expected them to get their chances to get their score. But, I mean, is this, the mistakes you guys made, are those compounded by the fact that this team is relentless? Florida, they have a lot of comeback wins. They hunt pucks, and they're really strong in the third period especially. Well,
again, you can't feel comfortable when you know that a team can score the way they do. They're the highest scoring team in the league. And especially when, you start to gamble a lot. When you start to gamble, the areas that you need to be strong are on the walls. There's sometimes you've got to make a real tough play under duress, and we didn't make enough of them. We've been in some tough games where we've been able to. Go back to Colorado, St. Louis, those, tough games here. We've been able to make those plays. Tonight we didn't make them. Some of them were our defense. Some of them were our forwards. So when you don't make them, you're going to face an opportunity against.
I guess the good news, you get to get this out of your way and get back at it again tomorrow against a rival and just kind of play on emotions tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, this is a tough pill to swallow. This is a tough one to put away. So, thanks.